I get really worried when I see companies react to the complexity in the environment by simplifying too much. Because we know from evolutionary biology and a lot of other places that if you simplify, you don't adapt. You become very adapted to a particular situation, but if the situation changes, you can't adapt to it. And in order to be adaptable, to be flexible, to take advantage of opportunities, you actually need to be complex. The challenge, though, is if you're too complex, then you implode on yourself because you spend so much time managing your complexity that you can't manage anything else. And so the concepts that I'm using are simplify and amplify. You need to simplify some things and then create variation on everything else. The other way, it's the kind of more leadership principle way I'd like to talk about it is Hercules meets Buddha. Okay, we need Hercules. Hercules is the take control, take charge. But Hercules was a very simplified, simple character. You know, when you read the Hercules myths, there was not too much complex about Hercules. Okay, and so we need to be Hercules about some things, but we also need to be Buddha. We need to be much more complex about what we accept in terms of variation. We need to bring our whole selves, and we need to create environments where other people bring their whole selves so that we can amplify and create variation. They grew up with the assumption that the world is globalized, and of course they're facing all kinds of complex issues, and they know that the world is complex, which, you know, my generation growing up, we had a lot more assumptions of simplicity. So it may seem a little bit strange to be jealous of them, but they really see this, they take for granted interdependence, they take for granted connectedness in a way that for those of us older, it requires a mind shift. And I love seeing what they do with that connectedness.